I feel like she socially and personally, she has more relationships than both D and Devens combined. So if you think about it, Devens, every time he gets cool with one of the bros, he sends them home. When Devens wins or when Devens has power, like he sent home Rome, he sent home Jason, and now he just sent home Kamu. He's sending home people that he's cool with and he likes personally, but he sends them home. Whereas Angela still has most of hers, if not all. So she has a more social, I don't know, gain over D. I would have to disagree. I think Haley is a lone wolf at this point. She is completely by herself. She don't have any alliance. Yeah, she's cordial and personal and social with people, but she don't have no one to call her number 1, 2, 3, or even 6. And the thing is with Haley, she's now the new wild card. If she becomes HOH, who is
she in the middle?
Who is she putting up?
I think she'd put up a mixed nomination.
If I was Haley, I would put up Kamu really dug his own grave and put his own nail in the coffin when he decided to ditch everybody and don't want to be part of the alliance and didn't use his now I wish he had Chuck and Haley on, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he didn't because he decided to let them go. He could have really changed it because it could have been Chuck or Haley winning that HOH. And you wouldn't have to worry about being in the block. Or you would have more of the numbers or whatever the case may be, but you got rid of your numbers.
All right, guys, we're back. This is week 6 of the Big Brother 28 house. We're now talking about the veto competition. Just so you guys are aware, Haley is having a bad week. Let's not forget. But before we get into this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you've been enjoying my videos. Obviously, I'm new and growing. I would love for you guys to subscribe. Here we review, we react, and recap to mostly all your favorite shows. Eventually, as you can see, I have other ones. But right now, I'm just doing Big Brother. If you'd like me to do another show and I watch it, I will do so. But just comment. Let me know what you guys want. I'm down to do it. And eventually, you will see it. But again, Haley is having a really bad week. The worst week of all. She's on the block again.
Every week.
But she's not the only one. Dee is also on the block, and she's crying for the first time because she's thinking she might actually go home. She's missing her family, and Barrett, who definitely has a crush on her, is confronting her. I mean,
and kissing her.
He's not going. I know. I saw that. I'm like, looking at him suddenly trying to get his little in.
Yeah. Right, bruh.
Dee obviously wants to stay in the house, so she's trying to convince Devens to use the power of veto on her. The diamond power of veto, excuse me.
Yeah, get that correct.
But there's still one more week left in the house. So, one more week left for the diamond power of veto use, which they could potentially end up on the block next week. And now they won't have the diamond power of veto to save them. So this is something that is definitely like, I wouldn't know what to do. Personally, if it was my diamond of power veto, I wouldn't have told anyone. 1. 2, I would use it for myself. So I would be like, I don't know. I'm sorry, D. Like, I got to make sure I'm here next week. I'm not on the block, so I know I can definitely make it to next week. I would have just been like, you're going to have to risk it for the blockbuster. I'm sorry. And if you don't win the blockbuster, I'll do whatever I can to keep you safe. But I'm keeping this shit for next week. D kind of wants to talk to Drew, kind of get where his head at, like, why am I up on the block? What happened? And Drew basically tells Dee everything because he wants to ensure her that he's with her and the icons and that he has their back and that he wants to move forward in the game with them. And Drew tells Dee that Kamu has been pushing her name and that he doesn't like that she's saying that he was swearing on the Bible and that he basically got Yash to put her up. Dee pissed about this, and Kamu makes a final 2 with Yash and basically tells Yash that he wants to put Dee up and that Dee should be the target and not Haley or one of the other icons, that it needs to be Dee. It has to be Dee. Why is he pushing for Dee so hard? I don't know. Everybody else has been lying to him. Everybody else wants him out the house. Like, secretly, Dee's not the only one who double-crossed you.
The Yasha's pose there was nasty.
It's giving long legs like Barrett on our last video. They get to the veto competition, and They play Oltev, one of the BB classics, one of the favorites. Did anyone choose anyone in specifically, or they just kind of like just chose out of the hat and that was the name? I don't really remember. I don't think so, because I feel like different people would be up there if that was the case.
Right, yeah.
You've seen Oltev played before though, right?
I think it plays every season.
Yeah, for the most part. Remember that time Mackenzie won in the first try? I know production was mad.
Yeah, everybody got out,
Yeah.
just her, yeah. Production's mad. You know how
That
long it
was
takes to
crazy.
build that? You know how long it takes to
Yeah,
build that?
they showed us 4 fucking days. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. To think that all this is built in the backyard.
Yeah. Then we have Melody's little punishment montage that they always do, where she has to announce every time, very loudly, by the way, that somebody is using the porcelain throne. Yeah, that had me dying. I love it. What's funny is I feel like Derek X, when he did it in BB23, I think he just kept saying the porcelain throne or whatever, but Melody is like, D has to go pee. Like, she's letting them know which bowel movements that they're doing.
And look at how wide her mouth is. She is screaming. She's projecting her voice.
She need to get paid double for this, because she really played into that character.
The porcelain throne.
Meanwhile, Devens is sitting up in the gym, coming up with his Devin plans that he always do if you're a fan of Devens. And he comes up with this master plan that, hey, if I cross over the icons with the FAP Alliance, we got both sides of the house covered, and we can get out Kamu. And if I use the Diamond Power Veto on D, and Kamu goes on the block, we'll have the numbers to send Kamu home. Genius plan, by the way. Devin is playing this game. He's doing very well. The fact that the 3 icons are still in the game is crazy. How do you feel about Devon's plan?
The Devens, even the Devens in the challenge. I guess you're smart if you're Devin. They just
No. Don't do that. It's Devens, and then there's Devin.
Excuse me.
Spelled differently too.
Anyway, I am sick of the icons. I'm torn because I love the icons for the drama, but I hate them for the culture of Big Brother. Like,
yeah,
I never watched Survivor, so I don't know their hype. I did watch D on the challenge, but this is Big Brother. This isn't the Survivor. Don't let these Survivor people come in here and control y'all game. They should be public enemy number 1. They should have got out before Kamu, before Jason, before Rome, before all of that. They should have been out already. Let this be y'all season. But now it's their season. And what I'll say that for later. But because there's certain things that I know production and CBS are doing to push us to want to root for the icons, that other people are not getting the same treatment. But I digress right now.
But I think it's crazy that they're letting the icons get to jury, because if one of them makes it to the final 2 chairs, you're not getting those 2 icon votes. They're going to vote for the other icon. So it's like, get them out before jury, or only have one of them in the jury. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree. Because if all 3 of them make it to jury, it's over. Because, I mean, not all 3. If 2 of them at least make it to jury, one of them's going to win.
Most likely. I mean, if everyone wants to be like, oh, respect on the game and how you played the game and not be biased or bitter, because then one of the icons should win.
Because if they let D get up to jury, I feel like she's going to turn to a Morgan and start winning every HOH and every veto. She's going to really kick in, and she's going to be like, well, it's do or die. You see, well, I can't even speak about what happened. But yeah.
I mean, at this point, they've watched a week. You could speak about the future. It's fine.
So D, did you see when you light a fire underneath her ass?
But no, it's like Angela. She won competitions on her first season. I don't know why they're sleeping on her to begin with. That's the crazy part. Angela won HOH like twice. And I think she won a veto or something on her first season. So the fact that no one thinks that she can win something is kind of insane. And they just assume she's just going to lose. Oh, we're keeping Angela no matter what because she's not going to win. Okay. D tells Angela, go ahead.
You would think that they would have tried to get Angela out first, as she was the first one to go into the time capsule.
They're not using their brains.
They're not.
If I was in that house, I'm sorry, I love the icons. And now, I love D. But they would not be in that house.
If they did things differently, where they didn't tell the actual house guests that there's going to be some America voting for a time capsule, and all of a sudden weekly they figure out somebody keeps getting these powers, how are they getting them? And then after it's all said and done, Julie says America's been voting. It would have been different. But see, you now know that America is voting for people to get the power. Those people should be gone because they have a fan base, they have a power, they have something. That don't let them get to the point where they can get a power if you know they're going to get one because they have a fan base. That's why that's the reason why we gave the first three powers to the icons because we thought everyone was going to take them out. That's why it went to Angela, D, and Devens. I don't know if it was in that exact order, but still, all three of them got it back to back. I don't understand. I don't understand the house. I really don't.
And they're lucky enough that Angela didn't get the power and then Dee kind of got like a silly one because really only this week is when their powers actually saved them. I will say that.
Literally.
As much as they get the first three powers, they didn't really use it until now. And that is the people in the house's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Because they made them not being able to use it because they just hit the block.
Exactly. That's why you should have been flushed out.
Yeah. And Angela is told by Dee kind of secretly, she doesn't come out and just say it. She wants to respect Devens. And she kind of hints that, hey, I think we both can get out of this week. I think we can be saved. And you're just going to have to see what happens. But trust me, I think we're good. I'm going to come off the block. No one's going to be voting for you. So you're good as well. And all of us get to stay.
I'm glad you brought that up. Thank God that, and for the icons, like I said, for drama, but not for the house, that Angela did win the blockbuster because then they would have to show their cards. They didn't really have to show their cards between Haley and Kamu because either one of them going is a plus. But between Angela and Kamu or Angela and Haley, it would have showed the house their cards because why would you keep an icon on the block after they're up for elimination? Why would you keep?
Yeah, but at that point, it wouldn't even be shocking or like I don't know why Kamu assumed he had the votes when he was not on their side of the house in the first few weeks. He was with the icons. So they see Kamu or Haley as a bigger threat than Angela. But again, that's what I was saying is that Angela can still win and Angela is a threat. Angela knows how to play this game. She's crazy and she's wild and she's dramatic, but she's not dumb and she's not playing this game stupidly. She could be emotional, which makes her make bad decisions sometimes, but she still has it.
That's not even the case. They're really, like I told you weeks ago, Kamu really dug his own grave and put his own nail in the coffin when he decided to ditch everybody and don't want to be part of the alliance and didn't use his now. I wish he had Chuck and Haley on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't because he decided to let them go. He could have really changed it because it could have been Chuck or Haley winning that HOH. And you wouldn't have to worry about being in the block. Or you would have more of the numbers or whatever the case may be. But you got rid of your numbers because you didn't want to be a part of them no more. And then once he did that and decided to go so ham on getting rid of D, you pissed off D, not only D, but you pissed off her alliance that she's in with that you used to be with. So I don't get it. And there you go. You technically didn't have any lines besides Yash, Taylor, and Lala. And no offense, they're never in power. So you decided to cut ties with people who are always in power. Why would you do that?
Yep. I mean, you see where that got him. But now the FAP Alliance crosses over with the Crossover Alliance, and they form the Mosh Pit. They form the Mosh Pit, and Drew and Barrett, again, are so happy because their two alliances are now fused. But everyone sees them as bouncing around the house. So it's kind of a good thing, but it's kind of a bad thing as well. And then Angela spills the beans and goes, I'm so glad this happened because we kind of been working with the boys for a while. This rings bells in Mallory and Melody's ears because they're like, wait, y'all been working together this whole time? Mm-hmm. Because Drew and Barrett never expressed that to them. Angela's little slip up made Mallory and Melody worried.
Now, somebody don't get their bedazzled Veto out my face.
That does not look like diamonds at all. It looks cheap as hell. Some
little beads.
What are those?
Someone got little glue and little beads and put them on there.
Yeah, that's what I can make that at home. That's exactly. I
mean, the Big Brother Unlocked, Jerry and Taylor said they made that. They glued it together.
Yeah, they made it with Swarovski crystals, some Michaels. I can show you everything you can buy in the store to make that.
Not from Michaels.
Trust me, I worked there for years. Devens obviously uses the power of veto on D as planned. He makes Kamu his replacement nominee. Clearly, Kamu is not happy. He is faking like he don't really care. He's unbothered, but he is pissed as he expressed. And I would be too because I've been playing such a good game, which he has been. And he kind of did make good relationships with the other side as much as I hate to say, like, why would he trust people he wasn't aligned with and trust the other side of the house over the people he has been working with the first few weeks? He did manage those relationships well, and he probably could have maybe stayed. I don't know. But he's just too good of a competitor to have him stay. And he showed that with how he managed those relationships. Like, everyone's peeping that shit. Yash is pissed because his bestie might be going home on his HOH. It was unexpected. No one told him this. And he's like, damn, like, how did this happen?
His meme with his hair is gonna be hilarious.
He is so bummed. And that is the end of Wednesday's episode, The Veto. We start Thursday's episode off with Drew relieved, and so is Mallory and Melody, that they had just formed the alliance with the crossover named the Mosh Pit because, listen, hey, we got what we wanted. Kamu's out the house. Barrett and Drew are also kind of like, did you know about the Diamond Power Veto? Because everyone was shocked, except for the icons, obviously. Even Angela a little bit, because she didn't know what was happening. But they're kind of like annoyed because they're like, those people we've been working this entire game with, they clearly had that power for a while because they've seen multiple people come out with punishments. So Devin didn't just get this power, like he's had the power and he's kept it secret, and they're wondering why they never mentioned it to any of them. They also found it very,
Well, I'm guessing Barrett was in the bathroom.
That's funny. I never caught that.
Why'd they do to him like that? That's crazy.
He's using the porcelain throne. Yash still tries to push for D, like he's pissed that she's saved. He's trying to let everyone know, like, don't trust D. She's been throwing y'all names under the bus. She actually wanted me to put you guys up. Meanwhile, D's having a conversation with Kamu because he tried to shake her hand like good game after he was put up as a replacement nominee, and Dee wasn't having it because she knew that he was throwing her name, dragging her name through the mud on her daughter's birthday. You would drag my name through the mud.
That had no business being that funny.
And he explained to her that, you know, Haley had told me that you're saying I'm swearing on the Bible and that I'm, you know, I don't know, not doing well in this house or doing too much in this house, something like that. Kamu is now trying to get votes to stay, and he's trying to pull Mallory and Melody in because he feels like he has Lala, Taylor, and Yash, and maybe a little bit of Drew and Barrett that will have his back. And he tells Mallory that, you know, you didn't know about Dee's power, and Dee is working with Mallory now, and Mallory doesn't understand why she wasn't told about Dee's power. So she's not feeling Dee. I mean, Dee put her on the block before. So they really are looking to keep Kamu, maybe. Yash tries to do the same thing to get Melody and Mallory on their side to keep Kamu and vote out one of the icons. And Melody and Mallory are really torn because they really feel like they're at the bottom of the alliance. They didn't know information, and they feel like Kamu will take out the icons and can win competitions for them. The BB Blockbuster, it's Haley versus Angela versus Kamu, and everyone's expecting Kamu to win this. They're, again, counting Angela out like she's not winning. We'll keep her. Whoever's sitting on the block next to Angela is going home. Why do they think that? Like,
because
everyone knows these blockbusters are designed for anybody to win. So just to completely not think about, to count her out is kind of crazy. But in this BB Blockbuster, there are several balls that fly around in this machine that they're in. As you can see, they need to collect 10 red and collect 10 yellow. And Angela wins. She's the first to do so. She beat Kamu. Another woman over 50 beats Kamu, an MMA fighter, an athlete. Just like Haley, an athlete. How do you feel about this? I personally just felt like Angela was going to win. I'm like, this is going to be the week we're going to get one of them out. And it really happened. And I was sitting there screaming at my TV, like, go Angela, go Angela. She was in the lead for a while. So I kind of knew, like, okay, Angela is going to pull this one out. Apparently, Tucker played this one on 26. He told her the strategy. Angela applied it. She told them the strategy, them as in Haley and Kamu. They just didn't listen. And Angela pulled out the W because she stuck to her own strategy.
Tucker was right.
She tried to help them. She tried to help them because she knew she would stay in the house. She mostly wanted to help Haley, but then Haley told Kamu.
And none of it worked.
How did you feel about Angela's win?
I felt
the internet broke. The internet broke.
I I was torn because, like I said, I want her to go home for drama, but then her staying is even drama too. But I want one of the icons gone. But out of the icons, I don't want it to be Angela. I don't consider her really an icon. She's just a returnee. I don't know why they give her the new name of icon, but we've seen returnees before. I've literally last season. So that's not the problem to me. It's Devens or D who I really want out, but getting Angela out would weaken them. But unfortunately, that didn't go that way, and I knew Kamu was going home, unfortunately. But I would say this is the last week that you can put up a nice, big old frontal face of Kamu on us every week, like you do. You love to find a close up on him. That's why I was doing
I
this
don't
early.
do that on purpose.
Right.
You can literally see my camera roll. You can see the recently
And it's gonna be
deleted.
all Kamu.
It's not. It's not. It's not. But I really didn't want any of them to go home this week. If I'm really being honest with you, I do like all of them and I do enjoy all of them. I think they all bring Big Brother. And I would have been fine if any of them stayed. I'm like, Jessica, bring out that halting heck. Stop eviction night. Like, I need all of them to stay. But if anyone had to go home, I probably would have wanted it to be Angela, just because we've seen her play before and we've seen her get far. I've watched months of Angela already. She's kind of not mimicking her last game because she is playing better, but she's just Angela. Like, we know who Angela is. We still need to find Haley and Kamu out and learn more about them and see how deeper they can get into the game. Angela, I feel like I can see her path already. So, like, I am okay with her going home.
Jury.
What?
First or second member in jury. I'm so serious. If Angela makes it that far, she is first or second jury member. That's where she stops. I guarantee you.
I think she's gonna get further because people are gonna drag her name through the mud. People are gonna drag her towards the end because they know. Yeah, I think she's gonna repeat what she did last time.
So she's gonna get an exact same, like 6th or 5th place, whatever she did last season. Well, last time.
Because out of everyone who's in there, again, they sleep on Angela, so they think that they could beat her on comps. So they're going to try and make her go sooner. And I think they're going to get Devin and D sooner, which makes Angela less threatening because she won't have her icons in the house with her. So that's why I think she's going to get far. She's not any of their first targets. They're going to keep trying to go after.
You just realize, yeah, when you said that, it kind of makes you realize Angela's in a really good position if you think about it. She has shields and she has alliances and she has her own personal relationships with these people. Like, she's friends with Haley. She's cool with Barrett and Drew separately. And she still has Lala and Taylor a little bit. At least Angela has their personal relationship with them. And then she can always relate to Lala being the older women. Like, you know. So I feel like she, socially and personally, she has more relationships than both D and Devens combined. So if you think about it, Devens, every time he gets cool with one of the bros, he sends them home. When Devens wins or when Devens has power, he always tends to send home one of the bros. Like, he sent home Rome, he sent home Jason. Mind you, they were all cool with him, and now he just sent home Kamu. He's sending home people that he's cool with and he likes personally, but he sends them home. Whereas Angela still has most of hers, if not all. So she has a more social, I don't know, gain over D. And I mean, D, I feel like unconditionally she has Barrett. I feel like that's the only person she has besides Devin is Barrett.
Yeah.
Like, Barrett will follow her to the day end, like, as a puppy. And I ain't gonna lie, if I was in that house, I'd probably do the same shit.
Me too.
Wherever D go, I'm going.
No, but I think you're right. I think Devens is playing a Vince game right now where he's sending home all the people who would potentially vote for him and leaving in all the people who would choose someone else over him. And Devin has a history of doing that, from crossing Rome, from crossing Kamu, and Chuck was in his alliance as well. So Devin doesn't have a good track record of keeping his friends safe, and that's going to bite his ass in the future.
If I'm being honest, I'm starting to think that Devins never really thought he was going to make it this far. He honestly thought he was going to go home sooner than later. And I think low key, he don't want to admit it because I don't think he don't want to piss off production or America. But I low key think he's playing this game to set it up for D to win at this point. He knows he's not going to win, but he's setting it up for D to win. Because why send home Rome? Why send home Kamu? Why send home these people that are supposedly working for you? And then you use your diamond power veto to save D, who we didn't even have for sure certain that she was gonna get sent home. Yeah, it could have been Haley winning the blockbuster, and it could have been D and Angela up there. Yes, it could have been. Then that's what you do. You just vote. Unfortunately, Jordan has to go. But then save that diamond power veto for yourself, because eventually it would have been you next.
I think it's smart in the sense that he's saving an ally, someone who's a comp beast who could potentially keep him safe, and that's what he was thinking about. But I do agree with you that he did not think he was going to make it this far. I don't think any of the icons did, because they just come in with a big target on his back, and he was convinced by Angela to start taking out Rome. And I think he goes, let's just go big or go home, because like they're all targeting us. Like at that point, it was 8 versus 8. So in his head, he's like,
I'm about to
if
go
one
home.
of them's win, I'm about to go home. Yeah. So he's like, let's just make a big move. Let's go for the head of the snake. And if
It
I'm gonna
just,
go home, at least I did a big move.
I think it just so happened that after, this is why production messed up by forcing one of the icons to be HOH in the first episode. After they after they forged that new icons alliance and they filled all those alliances in that D did for the first couple of weeks, it set them up so well, because the next people to win were saving them. And when Lala finally was the opposite side, unfortunately, she didn't put them up. But of course, Yash, which is why I love it, that finally somebody from the other side wins, he puts them up. So causing there finally some drama in the house and some real friction, because now somebody else, you guys actually have to kind of like play, because you're not safe anymore. And that's what it's dwindling down to. Because who's to say, yes, you have the mosh pit, but let's say Mallory or Melody wins next week. You think they're not going to put one of the icons up? Fuck the
Oh no,
mosh
they
pit.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The
And I can't wait till
Melody
they
and
do.
Mallory said it themselves. They were like, I don't plan on being loyal to the mosh pit. They were like, I'm putting them up next
They
week.
are at the very bottom of the mosh pit. They are number 7 and 8.
Yeah, they were pulled in because
Or
they were desperate to get Kamu out.
7, 6 and 7 they are. Because there's 7 of them. And look, now you have another milestone that you reached this week. No more other side of the house. You have names for them. You have the mosh pit, and then, well, they're not other side of the house, but Yash, Taylor, and Lala never gave themselves a name, so they're just Yash, Taylor, and Lala.
Yeah.
And then there's Haley. Oh God,
Haley is still in with the icons. I feel like they had a rocky relationship, but I think they rebuild it, and they're still continuing to rebuild it, and like target the more the people who really hate her, because Dee and Angela don't hate her, but Taylor and Lala and Melody don't like her. So she's good to be staying with them.
I would have to disagree. I think Haley is a lone wolf at this point. She is completely by herself. She don't have any alliance. Yeah, she's cordial and personal and social with people, but she don't have no one to call her number 1, 2, 3, or even 6. And the thing is with Haley, she's now the new wild card. If she becomes HOH, who is
she in the middle?
Who is she putting up?
I think she'd put up a mix nomination.
If I was Haley, I would put up Lala, who put me up, D, who put me up, and probably Yash. Yeah, because Yash put her up. So I'll put up the 3 people who put me up, because she's been in the block 3 times.
D didn't put her up.
Oh, that's right.
It was only Yash and Lala. No, I don't think did Lala. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Yash and Lala put her up. But Angela went to Blockbuster, securing that Kamu and Haley both stay on the block. This was a massive sweep by the icons. D, again, she sniffed out Kamu's snake ass because he crossed her the second he got a chance that someone else that was not in their alliance won that could put her up. He heard one thing about her, he got so emotional, and he just campaigned to send her home, just like he did to Jason. And Devens ended up saving D, so he played his role. And then Angela won the blockbuster, and now none of the icons are on the block, and they started off the week with 2 of them on there, and none of them went home, and Kamu went home. The person who rioted and campaigned for them to go home is the one who went home on his best friend's HOH week.
That's what he gets.
There's no worse luck than that. There is no worse luck than that.
That's what you get. I know Jason's somewhere cackling.
And he can sit here and say, oh, if there was no diamond power veto, I wouldn't be on the block. That would be true, but that
That's the
doesn't
point of Big
ensure
Brother,
that D
though.
would have went home. D could have won. D could have won the blockbuster, and Angela would be sitting next to Haley, and then Haley still go home, and you still didn't get what you actually wanted.
That's the point of Big Brother. Expect the unexpected. You never know. So you can't even be mad. You knew
But
there
I
were
just,
powers. You just don't know what they were.
this is really Big Brother. Like, they played everything. Everything was successful this week.
This was
Like,
an
they
amazing
really
week.
got both of them off the block. This was a good week.
This week really lifted the game up, and I love this week because now they're starting to play. And I hate that Big Brother takes so long to pick up because it's like everybody wants to play nice. It's like the real world, as everyone wants to be nice and sweet. No, vote their asses out. Stop trying to vote with the house. If it's 5-7, and if it's 8-4, let it be that. It don't have to be everybody voting for the same thing. Who you want to vote for? I'm sorry, I just hate the whole voting thing. That shit needs to stop with the whole and Lala crying.
Yeah, but the voting thing, I know. The whole voting thing, though, is that you don't want to show your cards on where you actually stand. Like, everyone could be like,
no, because
everyone could be like, oh, their vote is what solidifies how they actually feel.
Well,
so if somebody is like, if someone's like, oh yeah, we need Kamu out, but then they don't actually vote for Kamu, then it just looks like, oh, they just lied, like they just said whatever in the moment, but like this is how they actually feel. And then there's no target on you.
If I ever make it to the Big Brother house and I ever go on the show, I'm just going to tell them from day one, listen, I'm going to vote the way I want to vote for it. I don't care if I'm the last one voting for that person. That's not where I want to vote. I'm not going there. The person will get
be up on the block next week.
Well, I hope America will help me get a power. They be like, America be like, he's a real one. He going to do what he want to do. Oh, God, there's more Kamu close-ups.
Well, Kamu ends up getting sent home. Obviously, the house chose to keep Haley over Kamu by a vote of 12-1. Lala is the only person who was left out and decided to keep Kamu in the game. Kamu ends up talking to Julie, and she basically tells him, like, why did you choose this week to try and get D out? Basically saying, why did you open your mouth? She tells him that he was basically safe in this game and that he was not in danger. So why did he even do what he did? He should have just played a little differently and he would still be in that house. And that's literally what we all were thinking. Like, you ran your mouth to the wrong people. You got D up on the block. And of course she was going to do some investigating. It's D. She's a Survivor winner. And she's known for this. Like, if you watch it, you're talking about, oh, I would expect more from a Survivor winner. Okay. But look where that Survivor winner got you, out the house. And then Julie brings out Danielle Reyes from season 3 and All-Stars of Big Brother. And she basically tells us that she is rooting for Taylor.
For the culture.
For the culture. And that is the end of the Thursday night eviction episode of week 6 of BB28. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Actually, sorry, Dexter. What do you feel about Kamu going home? Are you glad he went home?
I am not so glad that he went home because, like I said, I'd rather have been Angela for the drama. But I feel like like you said, we didn't get a chance to really see Kamu's real potential. Although his social game sucked, he did terrible. He pivoted too much. He constantly pivoted. I can tell you where his game went wrong. Like Julie said, you should have never been gunning so hard for D all of a sudden after hearing one thing that from Haley that you didn't even want to save the week before.
Exactly.
So I don't understand it. You wanted her going. You were okay with her going home. Because it was either her or Chuck. You didn't care. Because you didn't save either one of them. So I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone, actually. Because the more I think about the stupid shit that he did, I'm over it.
It's very contradicting because he didn't save one of his 2 best allies, but he's so pissed that D crossed him or lied to him. But you just did that to your 2 own best friends in the house. Worse, actually.
You guys were such a trio that Haley was telling you how to keep yourself safe while she's on the block. That don't make no sense. But you're okay with not using that veto on her and sending either one of them home. So you dug your own grave. And looking back when you watched that, I'm pretty sure you was like, you know what? Maybe I should have used the veto on one of them. And look at that. Maybe Haley or Chuck would have won Haley would have won the blockbuster. She ended up winning anyway if he would have saved Chuck. And then all 3 of them would have been here. And who knows? Maybe it would have been Chuck or it would have been Chuck or Haley that got used to put in as the replacement nominee for the Diamond Power veto instead of you, Kamu, just in case you would have came back. You know what I mean? So you could have bought yourself more time because they were your shields too.
Yeah.
But hey,
and then
I digress.
Melody and Mallory didn't vote for him because they felt like they didn't have the numbers to keep him. If he kept Chuck in the
But if you had
house,
Chuck and
Chuck
Haley,
could have been a number to keep him. Also,
because it would have
how
been
do you
Chuck,
feel about
Taylor.
No, you go ahead.
I said it would have been Chuck, Taylor, Lala. That's 3 already. If the Mosh Pit would have probably never formed because they knew that Chuck had influence and talking to, they thought it was the other side of the house. So I feel like if he would have kept Chuck and Haley, one of them would have, both of them would have stayed. And who was it against them that week? Barrett.
Yeah.
See, they would have had the numbers because Barrett's not there anymore. I'm pretty sure FAP would have never been there, and they probably would have fall apart anyway. And Drew would have had to just be partnered with the Icons, or just he would have had to pick a side because it's no longer two people wishy-washy. Yeah, things would have definitely been changing if he would have used the veto. It would have definitely worked in his favor had he used the power veto. But hey,
do you think that they were smart enough to keep? Do you think it was a smart decision to keep Haley over Kamu?
Yes, way smarter.
Yeah,
yes,
I do too.
Kamu had to go. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. And if I was the house guest shoes, I'm sitting on Kamu. But as a viewer, I don't want Kamu to go. But in the house, yeah, Kamu got to go. He's way more physical threat than Haley. He's smart. You saw the way he did it, the veto, the one he won that he didn't end up using, which made no sense. You fought so hard to not use it. I'm sorry. I get aggravated every time.
Okay, so let's give out the awards. What was your favorite moment of the week? Cinema. What was cinema on the mic?
Nominations. Two icons got put up on the block. Favorite moment of the week. Yash America's favorite.
Oh no, not Yash America's favorite. You lost me there.
Yeah, well, he gets something, hopefully. No, but
my favorite moment of the week was Angela winning that blockbuster. I'm telling you, Angela ate that up because I was just like, damn, if she could pull this off, we can really get Haley and Kamu out of this house. Like the one thing the Icons needed. And it's like, I secretly want to vote for the Icons to win. But again, like you, I really don't want them to win. But then I do want them to win. It's very like, I'm very like, I don't know. But her doing that just was the icing on the cake of the entire week of like just all of them safe. All of them really dodged this fucking week where they were in some legit trouble. Like one of them was for sure supposed to go home.
Now you see, that's how you protect the trio. You see what Devens did. He used the veto to save one.
You heard that, Kamu?
You used the veto to save one, and then let the other one save themselves from the blockbuster. Boom, your whole trio saved. Just saying.
Oh, but Queen, listen, Kamu got out because he wanted to be queen of the tea party. And he spilled some tea, and it got him out the bag. Like, that's literally what happened.
Not the Queen Kamu.
Talk too much. Queen Kamu. Queen Kamu of the tea party, sorry.
Where did you get that from? Is that what Jason said?
Yes.
I'm like, I've never heard of Queen Kamu.
It's all over the internet. He is Queen Kamu.
I can't. That man gonna be mad. Get out.
What was your worst moment of the week, though? What was cooked on the mic? It's your least favorite moment.
As weird as it is to say, it would be the Diamond of Veto being used for D.
Oh, why?
Because I'm mad that Devens used it, first of all. I'm mad that he used it to save D. And I'm mad he didn't use it to save himself, because we don't know what's going to happen for next week. And then, like I said, for the drama purposes, I don't know. It didn't do enough. But it does tie into a shocking moment of the week, because then my shocking moment of the week is Kamu getting put on the block, actually. Like, them actually pulling that shit off. That was my shocking moment. I was shocked, because I knew from that moment Kamu was going home.
That's clocked on the mic.
Okay, excuse me.
And he knew he was going home.
I knew Kamu was going home as soon as they put him on the block. I knew it. Yeah. Like, if Kamu didn't win that blockbuster, I knew he was going home. And it didn't matter if Haley or him, or Haley or Angela won the blockbuster, I knew Kamu was going home. If he didn't win that blockbuster, which is I was actually low-key rooting for him, believe it or not. I was. Because speaking of that, Trisha mad but Blue's mad because Blue really liked Kamu and he was screaming at the TV. He did not like the Angela one.
I like Kamu too. I told you I didn't want any of them to go home. I really didn't. That was actually my worst favorite moment was Yash's nominations, that he didn't that he didn't put up somebody that I didn't like. Like, why couldn't Lala go up there as a pod or something and she accidentally go home? I don't know, something. But Clocked on the Mic is, for me, my most shocking moment is Angela again winning the blockbuster, because like as much as I wanted her to win, I honestly didn't think that she could win, and that the fact that she did and beat Kamu and Haley both, who are like legit athletes and they're young, was kind of shocking. Like I get that these are made for everybody to win, but like just like the Diamond Power of Veto, like we know that it's a possibility, but when it actually happens, it's kind of like, oh my god, like they really
Yeah,
did it, you know?
because they can just not use it.
Exactly. What was your least favorite player this week? Who did you not like? Who's booed on the mic?
That is a really good question. It would
I'm
have
gonna
to be
go
Kamu.
for
It would have to be Kamu.
because he ruined his own game.
Yeah, it's Kamu. Because I went on a whole rant about how he ruined his week and how he could have been. And Julie did it too. How he could have been saved if he would have just shut his mouth. Shut up. You talking in front of Drew. You talking in front of Drew and Drew playing both sides. Unfortunately, you should never said all that in front of Drew. You should just kept it between you and Yash.
Kamu is my least favorite this week because I think he ruined his own game. I think he tried to like again everyone's noticing is that he wants whoever's winning HOH, he wants to be in their room and he wants to be a part of who's getting put up. He needed to just lay back and mind his damn business. Your ally won. You don't need to control who's going up on the block and who's going home. Just chill, relax, maybe subtly do it, but you pushing too hard to people who are friends in the house and who talk. Like, you're talking to Drew after you're saying that you don't really trust Drew because he's bouncing around, but then you tell him, and then he says on his extra interview, well, I figured that if I tell Drew my plans, it would reel him in more and he would be on our side more. No.
Nope. Clearly that didn't work.
You talk too much. You should have just sat still and chilled. And you popping it,
Shut up.
being queen of the tea party, got you sent home. Who are you giving the crown to? Again, I'm giving mine to Angela. Crowned on the mic. Angela, she really saved herself, because if they really wanted to just be like, no, let's send Angela home, never mind, she would be out. But she didn't even give them the opportunity to send her home because she saved herself from the block. And now that's a bad bitch.
You focus on Angela. The
Angela
crown of the mic, it belongs to Devens. It belongs to Devens. As much as I can't stand him sometimes, he's smart. He orchestrated that whole plan. He got the two alliances that kind of been working together to form into one where they can be safe and speak in front of each other now, because it's kind of already been happening anyway with Barrett and Drew. That's their name, Derek. Barrett and Drew, what do you call it? Already telling Melody and Mallory anyway, everything. So that way it already became that. So he solidified a new alliance if they stay true to it. He got all members to be safe this week somehow, used the Diamond Power of Veto, and got a really strong competitor on the other side out. And blindsided the current H.
Yeah, so I'm kind of seconding my decision.
He owned this week. It was basically his HOH, even though it wasn't HOH. Because essentially it became his HOH because he changed the noms, literally. Yeah. And since Yash didn't want to use the power veto, which I would say, it's like, that's how you know that Devens did such a great job and he deserves it, because we've been talking about Angela, Kamu, and Devens. We forgot it's Yash's HOH.
No, you forgot.
I did. Yash, this is a terrible HOH for you. I'm so sorry.
I know. We haven't mentioned anything about Yash.
Your number 2 has been eliminated. Your HOH.
Well, you know why I give it the crown to Angela? It's because it secured Devens' plans. If Angela didn't win, Kamu would not be going home, because he could have won the blockbuster. But Angela stopped him from winning the blockbuster, which made Kamu go home. So that's why I gave her the crown.
Well, honorable mention will be Yash. He won HOH and the power veto. So
he finally put up the icons and was not afraid to do so.
So he's a high honorable mention.
They voted him the BB dumbass. I can't believe they did that. What did he do wrong?
No, it's because he put up the icons.
Anything wrong?
It's because he put up the icons. That's all. That's exactly what Taylor said in the Unlock. It's because he put up the icons.
But it's not dumb. That was actually a good.
It's not dumb. I think it's smart. That's why I was shocked to see his face on there. I thought I was going to see Kamu's face.
America is rooting for the icons, but like I don't know why. But I mean, I know why.
The ratings up. The ratings.
And the next segment is up next on the mic. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think that the mosh pit is gonna do well. They are now the majority of the house. So the mosh pit, one of the mosh pit people win, then it's just gonna be the other side of the house is what you call them, gonna be getting put up again. But if the other side of the house, now that somebody put up the two icons and there's no more diamond power veto, it's just D's bribe, which you can just keep denying, so not really much you can do with that. I think an icon can potentially finally go home next week. So I'm happy for that. Don't care which one of them it is, to be honest. But
I know.
Finally the game can start to play, so we'll see.
My prediction is that the worst thing is going to happen is that D was saved by the diamond power veto. Now they don't have them to save themselves for next week, and one of them's going to need it, and they're not going to be able to use it. That is my fear. That is my prediction, and let's just see if that happens. I mean, Kamu is out the house, and Yash can't compete for HOH, which means that they could potentially, someone from the mosh pit could win the next HOH.
Well, wouldn't it be iconic if an icon goes home on the iconic 1000th episode of Big Brother? Don't you think? That would be great.
No, I think America would hate that.
I think I would love it. How iconic is that? Goodbye on the 1000th episode. Bye. Go to your own show. Bye.
All
Just
right.
saying.
Any last things to say about week 6 of the Big Brother house? Again, I think we both agree that this was a really good week. I think this was their best week yet.
Week 6 is always like a good week because week 5 and 6 are usually good weeks because week 5 is when Tucker won HOH. I'm sorry, I just remember random facts like that.
I'm dead.
Because week 5 is like the HOH curse.
I really like puzzles. Every time somebody say Tucker, that is immediately what I think of, no matter what. That is it for week 6 of the Big Brother 28 house. Please, guys, again, if you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. That's most important. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share with your friends. And let me know what you loved about this video, what I should do differently. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Good night.